they're said to appear as a woman crying in a white cloak, and they usually have either silver hair or red orange hair. And it's said that their cry signifies imminent death.
The Late Night Legends podcast is meant for a mature audience. Topics covered may be violent or sexual in nature and are not suitable for sensitive listeners. Please be aware of your surroundings. For specific trigger warnings, please see the episode's show notes. Testimony shared by guests of this show are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Late Night Legends hosts or staff. This podcast and any linked materials should not be considered medical or professional advice, nor is the information a substitute for the expertise or treatment from a professional. Listener discretion is advised.
Watch out.
There's a lightning storm each and every night, crashing inside you like motorbikes. We toss and turn, sleep so loud, grind the teeth in our empty mouths are empty.
All right, hello, Late Night Legends Internet Podcast Radio Show. My name is Frank, and I am here with my co-hosts Tim, Maria, Kay, and Colin, and we're here tonight with a very special St. Patrick's Day live stream for y'all, where we're going to be talking about some wonderful, wonderful St. Patrick's Day related topics here, presented by our fabulous Maria. And I don't believe that we have any news. However, if we think of any news, we'll let you know. But do we just want to jump in, or does anybody want to say anything for this awesome holiday?
I will say that Charlie next week is going to be doing a story about a talking mongoose.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe join us next week. 1, you get to see Charlie, and 2, you get to hear about a talking mongoose.
Win-win.
I just want to say I hope everybody's having a safe St. Patrick's Day. Make sure that you don't drink and drive. If you go out and you party, get an Uber, get a Lyft, get something, get a ride home and be safe, and enjoy your green beer and your cookies.
I love the cookie.
All right, guys. I hope nobody's doing that on Monday night. I feel like all the partying would be last weekend or next weekend. But if you are on a Monday night, be responsible. All right, guys. Let's pass it over to Maria. Maria, take us in.
Okay, so do you guys know about Irish folklore other than like base level leprechauns and fairies?
A little bit more.
Okay.
I feel like Joan would know everything
Yeah.
if Joan were here.
Yeah.
Joan would be like all about it.
So the interesting thing with like Celtic folklore and like Irish and Scottish is that fairies are separated into like 2 courts, and there's the Seelie court and Unseelie court, and it's spelled Seelie, not silly as you would think. And basically the Seelie, they are playful, benevolent fairies type, and these categories have like the brownies, your pixies, and sprites, to name a few. And the Unseelie, they are more of the mischievous, malevolent kinds that you would hear, like the Dual-Hand or some of the others that we will talk in this episode. And some of these are also like the Banshees, which are not really fairies, but they're still grouped in this category. So basically they're separated like night and day. The Unseelie would be like winter type fairies. The Seelie would be summer type fairies. But the thing is that neither are fully good or fully bad. A lot of people get mistaken that like, oh, these categories, like they're the good kind, and these other ones are like the evil kind. But it's just kind of like opposition of each other, but they're both capable of doing good and bad. Okay. So the Seelie, they're more keen to help humans. These are the ones that you would hear of like warning about accidents or dangers ahead. And they're also the kind that you would hear of doing like chores around the house, like we've talked about before, or like the ones that like tend to your garden. And the unseelie, they are the kinds that are like, they will attack unprovoked. And whenever you hear of people like getting lost in the forest and going around in circles and either being found days or weeks later or never being seen again, those are typically linked to people like coming or encountering unseelie fairies. So, sorry. Some of these unseelie fairies, like, they're said to feed off of human energy and emotions. So some say, like, I guess if you are feeling like drained of your energy or something like that, then you might be near one of these kinds. So let's get into some of these examples. Starting with some of the unseelie ones, the puka, or is usually spelled with like UCA or double O, whichever kind you want to say. Like, these are shapeshifters, and they're similar to the kelpie, but we'll talk about that one later on. They're also, how do I say, like, they are mostly horses, but they can be seen as humans or other types of animals, but they primarily like showing up as like a black horse. And they wreak havoc on people at night. The pukas, they usually take people's property and like they destroy buildings and they steal crops. So these creatures, fairies, are usually tied together with Samhain or Halloween, which is where the farmers would set aside like crops that they would leave for winter. They would just leave it outside as an offering for these fairies and pukas and stuff. And that's kind of how it ties in together with Halloween, in that people just leave out like candies and stuff for people. But this was just mostly to like appease the puka, and some of the farmers, I'm sorry. They just do this to dissuade them from like causing any harm, but it wouldn't really like help at times. So the type of food that they would leave out, it would just be like vegetables and stuff, and what they would call those vegetables in Irish, I think, it's also puka. So I think that's kind of how like it ties together with the name.
Interesting.
Yo.
So what you're saying is you leave out the vegetables to stop them from being tinker belligerent?
Pretty much.
Vegetables repel everyone.
Why is it always like that too? It's like that with like Krampus too, isn't it? Like, don't you leave out food and stuff?
I think so.
And then Easter Bunny leaves out food for your kids, so your kids are not monsters.
Everybody's just hungry.
Mhm.
Everybody
Everybody just needs a snack.
Everybody
Low
just
blood
needs
sugar.
People are not themselves
Yeah.
without a Snickers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why just like crops appease them, but
I mean, what's the alternative? Like meat or candy? Do they have candy in Ireland? Colin, do they have candy in Ireland?
Yes, they have candy in Ireland.
Oh, okay. Guinness. Oh, they can leave out some Guinness.
There you go.
yeah, I think nowadays that would be the equivalent.
I'm pretty sure that Harrison is Irish. He's pretty orange.
Oh yeah.
Look at, he's an Irish
He's
boy.
celebrating today.
The purse.
he's purring and meowing, and I keep trying to pet him so he won't. He doesn't
Got a-
interrupt you.
Comment from Joan that says we are all just trying to feed our family with little treats. That is right.
We love little treats.
Okay. So the next one is the far daring, and sorry for some of these pronunciations, but the far daring is not to be confused with a red cap. They're more closely similar to leprechauns, and they are depicted in wearing like a red coat and red hats, and they are notorious for playing malicious and sometimes gruesome pranks Some of them are the kinds that we've talked about before of fairies replacing babies with changelings. So these are some of the ones that were mostly doing that. They are known for giving people nightmares, and they can change their perception of reality just for fun. And they are able to manipulate their voice, emitting sounds like the thudding of waves on rocks or the cooing of pigeons. And their favorite is the dull, hollow laugh of a dead man. So I don't know if any of you can tell me what a dead man's laugh sounds like, but
A dead man's laugh.
yeah.
Well, true story. One of the OGs that started the Super Balls podcast, she was in mortuary. So she's being a mortician. She ended up being a funeral director and then has since become a vet. But she told me that's her name is Kat. She told me that when someone dies, you're perpetually like releasing oxygen, and it's part of your gut biome. So you're like, as a corpse, you're like farting and burping, and like it's not uncommon for like you'd be walking through the morgue and then you just hear somebody go, "Ugh," and it's like a dead body. So that's a real thing.
Yeah.
So maybe it's got something to do with that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I
not
know.
laughter, but
I know a lot of people in the medical field, after somebody passes away, you don't usually exhale all of your air. So when they roll bodies to get them into a body bag, they'll make noises like that, like you just made.
Interesting. So
All the fun things about
Also, gruesome pranks. What kind of a prank is that? Gruesome?
that's how they're describing it. I don't know.
and don't leprechauns also do that? I mean, I know they are different, like you said, and they're not to be confused, but they are. But the fact that they are, people do confuse them, suggests that they might be similar in some ways.
Yeah.
I wonder how.
They're mostly what I've seen from like people, just from tales or people having encounters with them. I do quote slightly, but they say like they're similar in stature and like build, like they're both kind of like buff-ish looking. And I guess like the way that they dress, I'll talk about leprechauns a little bit more in a bit. But and also like their demeanor, I would say, because the far daring, it's not like they say it's mischievous, but it's more like playful type pranks. They're not really all that malevolent.
So not like the movie Leprechaun.
Right. No.
That's too bad.
That is too bad.
Well, if you want more serious one, the red cap, that's another story.
That's a great one. I love those guys.
Yeah, so just a quick one with those. They come from Scottish folklore. I didn't see much stories about them coming from Ireland, but I just thought I would include them because they are kind of similar to the Fardaring in just how they look. But the red caps, they're basically not to be messed with. They are said to be born of bloodlust, and they cause bodily harm, if not kill people and animals, probably. And so their hats are said to be red because they're stained with like the blood of their victims.
Oh God.
Oh, that's nice.
And they're said to like have sharp teeth and just they're menacing looking. And so every time that like I see like a garden gnome, I'm like, I think twice. I'm like, because they always have like those red caps, and like this is like where it comes from, you know, the red caps.
Yeah, that one looks like a biter.
Yeah.
Do garden gnomes freak you guys out? Like, would you put them in your own garden, or do they just kind of make you uneasy?
I think that they're becoming more trendy. I know there's a service out here in Chicago where you could pay this company to like come periodically and just put like gnomes and stuff in your garden, like doing all sorts of crazy stuff, like just messing around. And yeah, it's a real thing.
And changes them all the time too, so it looks like they're like alive, actually doing shit.
Nice.
Definitely don't
My
freak me
grandma had
out,
a
but I
bunch.
don't see the draw.
No.
I think I'd rather have like one of those pink flamingos.
Mm.
I have like a scarecrow if I want something scary in my yard.
Yeah.
I always thought about going to Menards or Home Depot and just getting one of those big ceramic turtles. Just a big turtle.
Love
Just
that.
big animals.
Down here,
there
you'll
was-
drive down the street and you'll see those giant tortoises on the loose, man. The big one, huge ones.
Yeah, why not have one in your garden or like a big dragon or something? I just want something cool. I don't know about gnomes.
There was I forget who it was. There was some English lord that actually paid a guy to live in his yard and pretend to be like a wizard.
What?
And he lived in like a tree stump.
I think I found my new career. Can you tell me more after the show?
Yes.
I want to be a
I'll look him
wizard.
up. Yeah. And in your CV, looking like a wizard.
You're a wizard. Sorry, Harry Potter fan.
A what?
Oh, what?
Wizard.
Sorry, Colin. Sorry, Maria.
And yeah, actually, a lot of these, like, they are mentioned in Harry Potter. Like redcaps, they're mentioned in Harry Potter. Pixies.
Yep.
Mm.
Cornish pixies. Sorry, I'll put that away. Where's Joan and tell me to put these things away?
Okay. So to tie in with that, let's talk about the leprechaun. So the leprechaun can be traced back to the 8th century. And it comes from tales of water spirits, which were known as, I'm sorry for my pronunciation, Lukurpon, which means small body. And these spirits merged with household fairies, and they developed a knack for drinking.
Well,
It's a skill you have to
Yeah,
practice.
so
Yeah.
they're just notorious drinkers, and they're known for being drunk and just love drinking. And according to like other research, the term leprechaun comes from the Irish term Leith Brogan, which means shoemaker. So I know leprechauns are usually seen with like a rainbow and a pot of gold, but they are actually shoemakers and leather workers. And the pot of gold is just like an adjacent thing. I guess I'm not entirely sure, like different areas say different things about what they do with the gold. Some say that they have them hidden in like underground caves and stuff with other creatures, and other people say that they just use the pot of gold to mess with humans, to make them seem like it's attainable, but then just keep moving it farther away or something. But yeah, they're actually just shoemakers and leather workers, and they are known for their pranks on humans and stuff, but that just unlike the Leprechaun horror movie, they're known to be more of just benevolent creatures that just like playing jokes and having fun. And they are actually described, unlike the green outfits that we always see them in, they are described in Irish folklore to be wearing a red outfit and tri-cornered hats. So I'm not entirely sure what a tri-corner hat would be like, but
Like Napoleon.
yeah, okay. So it's like a little pirate
Oh,
hat.
okay.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, like the
Stylish.
Pepperidge Farm guy.
I think. Wait, I don't.
Wait,
I can't recall
wait,
the
what?
pepperidge farm.
Huh?
Colin, yes. Wait, hold on. No,
Yeah,
I don't
no.
know. Actually,
Listen, Colin, listen. You don't have to agree with everything I say. It's okay.
Oh, I do. It's in my contract.
First of all, let me tell you, once you're on the show long enough, you're going to be more quick to disagree with me, like Kimberly and Joan are. Like, they hear something I say and they're immediately like fact checking it. Like, nah, bullshit, Frank. Nah. Like, Joan's typing right now. She's going to confirm in a second, but your first thought should be to disagree with me.
do you
Just
want me
saying.
to look
I'm just
up
lucky I didn't think it was
Pepperidge
Orville
Farm?
Redenbacher.
Oh, that guy's awesome.
Pepperidge Farm guy?
Uh-oh.
He has a circle
He's
hat.
got like a weird, he's got a hat for sure.
He does have a hat, Frank. Yes.
Well, here's my logic. When I think of Napoleon and the hat that Napoleon has, for some reason I immediately go to that same hat that the Pepperidge Farm guy wears. So
There are exactly 0 corners on this hat.
Yeah, there's a quarter free hat.
it's the opposite of the hat of Napoleon. Okay, got it.
Yeah, so it's like
It's
a
quite
little pirate
obtuse.
hat. A corner here, a corner, 2 corners here.
What am I doing? I'll shut up now, guys.
Yeah. Okay. um. So, many people believe that if you catch a leprechaun, that they can grant you 3 wishes in exchange for their freedom. And of course, they always say to like choose your wishes wisely because they could spin it around and, just like the usual tales. If you wish for something, like they'll give you like the literal thing or something, and you just have to be careful with that. Where did Tim go?
He's right there. Don't you see him?
I'm here. My camera's just.
He
A leprechaun got at him.
He's wearing a shirt that says EOS webcam utility.
Yeah, it just zoomed in real far.
Zoomed in real close. Real close.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Those dang leprechauns got my camera.
Joan says a leprechaun took Tim.
Yes,
they did.
So the next one is, I'm sure you guys have all heard of this one. It's the banshee. These also fall under the like unseelie fae category, and they are thought of as fearsome creatures that symbolize death, and they're said to appear as female creatures. Oh, I remembered. So real quick, with leprechauns, a weird fact that I remembered, they are primarily always males. There's like no telling of a female leprechaun. So, however they continue multiplying, who knows? But every tale that like I've heard or like read about, there's no telling of a female leprechaun. They're always male.
What if they just look similar?
Maybe.
It's the beards.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Colin knows what's up.
Yep.
So back to the banshee. They're female, mostly female, and they're said to appear as a woman crying in a white cloak, and they usually have either silver hair or red orange hair, and it's said that their cry signifies imminent death. A lot of people believe that the banshee tale came from the Irish custom of lamenting in the 8th century, which is also like the same century of leprechaun emerging, so maybe there's a tie. But women during this time, they would sing a sorrowful song at funerals to grieve the dead, and the mournful lament would be heard across the village, indicating that someone had passed away. So the funeral singers, they were called, I'm sorry for pronunciation, keeners. And the banshee myth emerged from there, according to many articles and research. And the old Irish folklore, the banshee, because it's tied together with that, they're usually found in graveyards or sometimes fairy rings and Irish ruins. They're said to be good and bad banshees. Some people believe that it's similar to like a guardian angel, where a family, like each Irish family, will have a banshee tied together to them, and it will warn them of any like accidents or thing coming, or it will warn them of any deaths that may occur in the family. And then for the like bad banshees, those are the ones that are tied together with looking like an old witch and the howling that can like shatter glass. And these are the ones that people say that if you look at them directly, then it's instant death. So,
oh wow,
I don't know what makes a banshee want to do either or if they're like just born into this category of like, okay, I have to be the one to take care of families, or I have to be the one to kill people. I don't know, but it's just interesting how like people view them, because usually whenever I heard about them, it was just all like negative stuff. I never heard of them being like kind of like with one family for eternity, just taking care of them, like watching over them. So that was interesting to me.
So let us know what kind of banshee you'd be in the chat. Hopefully you don't say kill people.
Oh, don't say that.
Don't.
Joan
As
would like to say,
put that back.
Joan is actually saying banshees are her favorite.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. They kind of remind me of like La Llorona in a way.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
I think they're the scariest.
What?
The banshees. I think they're the scariest out of these so far. It's hard to defend yourself if when you look at something you
Your dad?
don't survive.
Yeah. That's pretty, yeah, that can be a bad day.
Yeah.
Sounds like not a great day.
And then the last one that I want to talk about is in Scottish folklore, it's the Kelpie, but in Ireland, it's called the Ukiak. It's very hard to pronounce for me. I'm so sorry. But this is basically the Irish version of the Kelpie. And they're very similar in how they look and how they act. And they are both an evil, vicious water spirit. And the Irish version, they live in lochs and sea inlets. They're mostly in like salt water, not running water. And sometimes they appear as humans with seaweed-like hair and hoofs instead of hands. But most of the time they would appear as horse-like or pony creatures. And these basically, they like enticing people, mostly children, into the water, and people would want to like hop on their backs, and they are said to secrete a sticky substance that would just make you like stick to them so you can't escape. And once that happens, that's when they start swimming down to the depths to drown you. And one of the other differences is how they eat you. The Irish version, they are said to eat everything except your liver and sometimes other internal organs. So it's said that like whenever there is a victim, like you just see like a liver floating up to the surface because that's what they didn't eat.
How do you recognize that? You're like, oh, well, that's definitely a liver right there, guys.
Yeah, that's Tom's liver. Yep, he got too close to the water last night.
Triangulation
I don't
shape,
blame them. If you
brownish
tried
red.
liver, I'm not a fan either.
Livers are pretty distinctive.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yep. But floating in water, I think I'd struggle. You know, is it an old baseball mitt or is it a liver?
Just a dead fish? Nope.
Yeah,
Liver.
I mean, there's plenty of options.
Have you ever seen a liver, Frank?
Yeah, I've eaten them before. I've seen them in the store. Yeah, I don't think I've seen like a human liver exposed, but I've seen like cow liver at the store.
It's kind of shaped like a pirate hat. Triangular.
It's a tricorn hat in your guts.
So what you're saying is, when you say it's triangular, you mean it's just full of round edges and not a single point. Is that? Am I understanding that correctly?
Perfectly spherical.
Or are you saying that a human's liver has very sharp angles, like one's obtuse, one's acute, one's 90 degree?
Yes.
Just okay. If you are listening to this and want to put a description of what your liver looks like in the chat, I would appreciate it.
Let me go put my protractor on the liver I have in my freezer. I'll let you know.
Protractor. Oh, I missed this show. You know, Maria, I forget, like, when I'm having a bad week, I forget, like, how much the show can lift my spirits.
That's what she needed, a protractor and a liver.
did.
Cheer you right up.
So maybe the leprechaun hat is actually a liver.
Oh. And that's why it's red.
Yeah. Interesting. So yeah, the Ikukiek, I don't know if I'm saying it right. Or the Kelpie. This was basically just another tale to like keep kids and people away from the water's edge. But who knows? I mean, maybe one day someone actually saw like a horse bathing and then they didn't know how to swim trying to get to it. And that's how it started. Who knows? But I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, do you guys believe in fairies? Tinkerbell is dying. Do you guys need to believe?
As the skeptic of this show, I'm gonna go no, but
Yeah, I'm gonna say no as well.
but I'd like to point to my poster. I want to believe. How about that?
I'm gonna say no, but if I go into the forest and I see something suspicious, like a fae trap, I'm not going near it. I'm not touching it.
What if you threw something at it, like a rock?
I don't know. I think we should ask Joan. Joan would, if you can hear us, Joan. Would throwing a
Jeez.
rock at a fae trap make them mad?
Joan says, "Oh, Frank, the fae are gonna get you."
How can you tell like a fate trap though? Because the only one I've like heard of is the like fairy ring, which is like a bunch of like little mushrooms in a circle. I don't know if there's like any other types that Joan may know about.
Joan wants me to Ouija her on a board. Joan, have you
No, that's not what she said.
Ouija mean what? I don't know what she's saying.
Frank said, "Can I throw a rock at it?" And Joan said in all caps, "No, Frank." So don't.
Well, then I'll throw a rock at it.
I've heard they're like.
Thanks, Colin.
I've
Yeah,
seen.
you got it, man. I got your back.
I've seen one on TikTok, and it was like a flower that was spinning, but it shouldn't have been. Like it
Oh.
wasn't connected to anything. It was something to get you to stop and pay attention to the flower. So if you're like on your path and something catches your eye and makes you want to go the other way, that I believe is something that you're like not supposed to do.
There may just be a Korok behind it or something too, though.
Joan would also like to say that some people call anything that looks particularly off in the forest a fae trap. So anything, I guess that's anything.
We
The
should
liver
have
in
had
the forest.
Joan on tonight because Joan is the resident expert on this.
She offered to be on, but then I was like, nope, it's your day off. You stay off the air. But she still.
I've also seen a lot of like little forts or like things made out of sticks. Kind of similar to like the Blair Witch, but like not the little like humanoid little toy things hanging from trees, but just like a little fort or something made out of sticks in the middle of nowhere. So I've seen like people like making like camping videos and just coming across some of those. So
Right as you said that, Joan said, "Think branches that randomly look like a hut. Only one branch moving, light coming through the forest canopy and highlighting one random plant, etc." Fae traps, don't fall for them.
Put your favorite fae trap in the comments. And also, Joan says, Frank told me I smell like cabbage and to stay away. I did not say that in those words.
Put in the comments if you found something in the forest, what would trap you? Like for me, I don't know. I guess I'm kind of hungry right now, like some Taco Bell.
here's a Taco
yeah.
Bell in
Oh,
the
God.
forest.
Five
Yeah,
layer burrito in the forest. I don't even care. I'm taking it.
Yeah.
You got
Yeah.
me.
I'm a sucker for some hard shell taco supremes.
Dude, I'm a goddamn slut for Taco Bell. I don't talk about it. I have a problem with Baja Blast.
Yeah, me too. Like that was my New Year's resolution.
I
was to
just-
cut back, and it's not working.
I just want to put an IV of Baja Blast directly in my veins.
So good.
Those
So
are
good. And now they've come out with mini Crunchwrap Supremes that come with a side of nacho cheese sauce.
I saw that
that
they have
you
little steak
dunk in
ones.
it.
You know what? The new OG for me this year has been the Stacker. Have you guys had the Stacker from? It's just.
I haven't had the stacker. I just had a regular quesadilla the other
Listen,
day. Though.
it's a quesadilla with ground beef, and let me tell you, it is so good for the price. Oh my God, is the value there?
Put your Taco Bell order in the comments.
If you could put your Taco Bell order in the comments, let us know if you're a soft taco supreme guy like me, or I don't know what you guys have for your orders.
Put your order in the comments, and I
Wait,
will
Colin's
go to
Crunchy
Taco
Taco.
Bell.
Colin's Crunchy
I'm
Taco.
going crunchy taco, and I'm digging those Cantina chicken tacos they got now, like the fresh veggies.
What's your order? You did a
I
Crunchwrap
love-
Supreme Mini.
5-layer burritos with no sour cream.
Tim, what you
So
got for
good.
Taco Bell?
I don't eat a lot of Taco Bell.
Ah,
I used to eat a lot back when they had the volcano burrito and stuff.
Hey,
Volcano
that's
down.
That
still-
was pretty good.
that's
After they
still
stopped
good.
That I kind of lost my interest.
Tim, I remember in the 90s they had the chili lineup where they put chili in all their stuff.
Yeah, those
and
are pretty damn good.
oh my God. I remember going to see the Matthew Broderick Godzilla and eating a chili taco after. It was so good. Maria, do you enjoy T-Bell?
When I do get it, I sometimes get the Crunchwrap.
Crunchwrap?
Yeah. I mean, I like hard shells and soft shells, so like it works.
See that's how Colin and I compliment each other. I like the soft, he likes the hard.
I love the hard.
Taco shells, K.
That's a Joan line. I don't think that means what you wanted
Joan?
to mean.
Joan, would you like to tell us your Taco Bell order so we can let the fans know?
She said, "Kay, stop. That is my personal fey trap." We talk about as well.
Now she's just saying Franklin in all caps. Maria, do we have anything more so Joan just doesn't yell at me the rest of the show?
No, that's pretty much
That
it.
was
There
it?
was a few more that like it's a deep dive. I'm sure Joan knows. It's like when you get into like the Seelie and non-Seelie part, there's just so many different types of fae that it just kind of gets like confusing at some point because there's different names for all of them, but then the descriptions are all very similar. So differentiating between all of them is like, whoa. But yeah, I think that I don't know if I've heard of like stairs in the middle of a forest. I don't know if this is tied at all with anything fae or just some weird phenomena, but if I ever see like just stairs in the forest, I would want to like inspect it just because of everything like I've heard from it that it supposedly like takes you to like another realm or whatever.
Well, that is a topic that I've been sort of had on the back burner
It's
for like the
interesting.
last 3 years. There are stairs around the world in the middle of nowhere that lead nowhere. And they're not just like 4 or 5 stairs. There's like whole staircases that are like grand staircases, like 30 steps that lead to nothing. They're built in. There's some out there that there's no explanation of how these stairs got in the middle of nowhere except for that they must have been dropped with a helicopter because there's no way to get wherever these stairs were dropped. So if you'd like to hear that topic or more about that, put it in the comments. I will say, though, that one of the reasons that I did not cover that topic is there's not a lot of... it's all theories of how those got there. There's not a lot of, like, this is why that exists. It's a lot of theories. So if you want us to discuss theories, let us know. Oh, my God. Joan is talking about Godzilla and Crunchwraps. Joan's, like, saying she wants the Crunchwrap Supreme, but then she wants the mini ones, and then... Kay's talking about some cheese dip.
I said I risk my life every time Taco Bell has those nacho fries because I hold the cheese dip while I'm holding the wheel. I tip them. And I'm not ashamed.
She's just drinking it with like a little teacup with her finger up.
It's so good.
Real talk, guys. I was talking to Kay a couple weeks ago about Taco Bell, and we were talking about what she likes best. And I remember, I don't know how we got to this part, but she was just like, yeah, Taco Bell doesn't make it home. I'm like, oh damn, okay.
Yeah.
No,
It doesn't last the car ride home.
No.
It's done in the car.
It barely makes it out of the driveway. I'm not going to lie.
You're like, they're like giving back your credit card. You're already like elbow deep in the burrito. Like, hey, thanks.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever tried Taco Bell breakfast? What is that like? Is that good?
It's not very good.
It's not good.
Not enjoy it.
What?
Taco Bell breakfast. Have you ever had it?
Oh, no.
Do they have it in Montana State where you are?
Montana?
Yeah, I'm just confusing people so they
Just
don't know
throwing
where
things
you're at. Yeah, I'm throwing people off.
I think. I don't know. I've never gone there for breakfast.
You've never gone there. You've never like woken up at 7 a.m. like, I just want to live Moss right now.
No, I never have. I feel like I'm one of the fortunate people where Taco Bell doesn't do anything to me, but I feel like a Taco Bell breakfast would. I feel like
Really?
a Taco Bell breakfast would cause some
Just
problems.
Fill you with shame.
No.
The
not
best kind
shame.
of guilty shame.
There's no guilt.
Speaking of shame, we have to shame my wife because she doesn't want Taco Bell right now.
For shame.
Miss Call.
Shame. I don't know. I feel like I'm the kind of weirdo that if I felt like Taco Bell at 7 a.m., I'd just want the regular food. I don't care that it's
Yeah, I just
breakfast
want some
time.
tacos. Yeah, I don't
How-
need eggs in it.
Guys, how weird am I? I will eat like an egg McMuffin at like right now, like 9 p.m. But then I would eat tacos from Taco Bell at 7 a.m. No bullshit. Just give me that meat, that mystery meat. I want my.
That's where White Castle's
Didn't
got
that
it
study
figured
come
out.
out say it's like only 30% actual meat?
Oh.
That was never true. They that was debunked.
Okay.
But during that time, I do know a few people that would only order the steak chalupa at that point because steak chalupa is verified animal, at least. Well, there was like, hold on. There was, Tim's not wrong. The fast food places pulled some bullshit. We had
They
Jack in
do.
the Box serving kangaroo and horse and shit.
They
Remember
do.
that?
Mm.
Do you guys remember King
Usually
of the...
just. Yeah, I remember that, but it's usually just like oats and soy that they put in it just as filler. So it's not meat, but it's also not bad usually.
I don't know. I would try kangaroo.
Oh, I'd eat the hell out of kangaroo. There
Dude,
used
I
to
would
be a
eat the
butcher shop on the
shit-
south side that you could get lion.
Colin, what are you doing this weekend?
It's closed
Oh, hey,
years ago.
We could break in.
Yeah,
Well, we've got
we could go to Wild Fork.
we've got the
They all
one
sorts of shit.
we've got the exiled one in the chat here, Lydia, saying we had it Saturday. I'm the wife. You had kangaroo on Saturday already? See, that's why Colin doesn't want to go next weekend. You had kangaroo last weekend.
Lydia, you can have Taco Bell more than one time in a week. Just listen. Colin
Yeah,
really
she's
wants
right.
it.
Lyd, she's right.
You don't, Lydia, you don't make
Please.
eye contact with Taco Bell. Okay, that's the first mistake. You just let it happen. Okay?
Yeah.
If you just let it happen, it'll be fine.
Take a deep breath, and then it's over before you know it.
Okay.
See, this is why we need Joan. We need legal here.
HR is just back there snoozing.
Yep.
For me, when I eat the Taco Bell, like I have to put a bunch of that the sauce on it.
Which one?
I usually do like the hot or mild.
Your wife is exposing you here, Colin. we
We've
have
got a big.
we have
we
it
have a
at
big
least
bucket.
once a week, every week.
Yep.
What's the
Not
second
wrong.
time?
Yeah. Right.
Trying to think about which Taco Bell Colin would go to. I'm thinking either it's the one on Rand Road in Mount Prospect, or he drives out to Rolling Ghettos to that one.
It's the Rolling Ghettos
Oh,
one.
Rolling Ghettos T-Bell, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's the better one. But it's also next to the real Mexican grocery store, which, if you want some real Mexican food, is really good. I was there earlier today.
I love
Fantastic.
how Frank is now claiming that I live in Montana to try and throw people off my trail, but then gives us two specific Taco Bell locations close to
Yeah, you can
Colin.
triangulate exactly where I live. Show
but
up at my
it
door.
would have
once
to
a
be-
week, so
Listen.
Bring me some tacos and we're cool.
You have to triangulate your position because I did not say the name of the town that you do live in.
But I live between those two tacos.
If you were to triangulate that town,
Stop giving information, Colin.
if you triangulate the town, it's all circles anyway with me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So you won't figure it out. Kay's in the next room anyhow for me, so.
Yeah, it's in Montana.
I'm also in Montana. Fun fact. Bernie
I'm not in
is
Montana.
Joan says, Bernie, is the Taco Bell in Rutland still there? And then Bernard says, Taco Bell is a bit hard in my elderly intestinal system.
You just gotta have it more. You gotta toughen yourself up.
You gotta build a tolerance to it. You know, it's like come springtime, farmers will take a spoonful of dirt and they'll eat it to build the old immune system. You got to do the same thing with Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have some
a lot of
cinnamon
farmers who
twists.
have never done that.
I've never heard of that.
You never heard of that?
There's not a thing I've heard of.
I do that every year before I plant a Christmas tree.
Eat Taco Bell? Got it. Where's Joan? Joan, sign in. Hold on. What did she say? Oh no, there's so much going on. I can't look through all these comments. Kate was talking to Joan. There's like a big.
Joan, in response to your comment about like you can't make eye contact with Taco Bell, said false. I look her in the eye and tell her she is beautiful.
Oh. Are we talking about Taco Bell or like the cashier or like the drive-through lady?
Either
Is
one.
that Joan? Is that who you're looking in the eye?
You definitely don't want to do that to a banshee. We learned that today.
That's true. Now she's talking about Denny's. Oh my God, we could talk all night about fast food. We just do a fast food podcast. I love me some Denny's.
We should do our topic and then we should do like late night legends after the legend and we just talk about fast food.
Just like a top 10 rank and like
tier
whoever's
list.
number one that week, we all have to try it before the next week.
Tier list. We could do tier list.
I've never been to a
Yeah,
Denny's.
no worries.
I love the
you're
chorizo
missing
skeleton
out.
at Denny's. Oh, so good.
Oh, that's phenomenal.
Denny's hits hard when you're ready to eat it. If you just go in there willy-nilly, you're not going to have a good time. But if you're like in the mindset where you're like, man, I really need the Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity, it's going to be okay.
You know, or just 3 a.m. That's the only time I think I've ever been to Denny's except with my grandpa.
We actually used to, in my high school, it was a thing where like we used to have a Denny's kind of near to the high school, like less than a mile away. And we would just go there and drink iced tea for free. Or like you pay for 1 cup of iced tea or 1 glass and then you just sit there for like 6 hours and just drink iced tea. But I do have my favorite foods that I get from Denny's. They've changed over the years and they shut that one down. So I'm pretty upset about it. Wonder where White Castle falls on all of your tier lists. That's what I'm curious about.
It's very near the top for me. But my
Near
wife
the
hates
top,
it.
Colin.
Oh, and my wife hates it though. So
I
made her a promise only once this year.
I'm on Team Lydia. I do not partake in White Castle more than once a year.
Oh, I used to eat it like once a week at work.
Kate,
We were like 2 doors down from one.
I know that Kate doesn't have White Castle. I know that for a fact. Someone told me that you guys don't have that in the area specifically.
Oops.
Tim, do you like White Castle?
I do. I haven't had it much though. We have like one in town and it's across town, so I don't go there often.
Maria, you like some jalapeno sliders?
You got jalapeno sliders, extra pickle. That's for me.
There's not one near me. I just know the grocery stores sell like the frozen kind, but like I don't like frozen food because it just
those are
tastes like
bad.
freezer.
Yeah, those ones aren't very good. Yeah, those aren't very
I
good.
love those too.
I like sliders though, but I've never had those specific ones.
You know, Tim, on that topic, I feel like those are good, but they're not White Castle sliders. I feel like they're their own thing.
Probably, yeah. They're not
You know
the
what's a
same, for sure.
I'd say that.
You know what's especially filthy and slutty is White Castle decided to put their sliders into pizza rolls. Have you seen these? You can
I
get
have. Those are weird.
Those are dirty, satanic snacks. Who puts a fucking cheeseburger slider with pickles inside of a pizza roll?
Sounds pretty bad.
Well,
It's
hold
pretty-
on.
It's pretty bad.
I'd try that.
I did try.
I tried it, but I don't think
How
I'm going
was
to go
it?
back.
I tried it. No, it's exactly what Colin said. I tried it. It
Yeah.
tastes exactly what you think it would taste like. And it's just such a niche thing that like I don't think I would partake anymore. I mean, if they're there, okay, but I'm not going to buy them. I put such nice Costco food in my body that I don't need to sink that low.
Man, I've been getting those Costco salted caramel chocolates.
Which
So
ones?
good. They got the big tall ones. They're like salted caramel chocolates at Costco.
Is it a drink or is it
Delicious.
like a candy?
No, it's a
there's
candy.
so-
It's
like
a
the
bucket of
Sanders.
dark chocolates.
I gotta check those out. I'm
So good.
Yeah.
I do dirty
Jones
things for
says-
chocolate.
Joan says y'all need Jesus with the way you talk about food.
No, Jesus needs White Castle, so
I love food so much.
Oh my god, food is life. All right, I think we're. What do you think? Okay, you think you want to stick a fork in this one, or do you want to? Should we talk about more fast food?
I think we could probably do some final thoughts.
Who wants to go first?
I mean, now that we're talking about food, I'm going to say my favorite leprechaun is the Lucky Charms guy.
Ooh.
You know, they were selling Lucky Charms just marshmallows at Target in small bags, and I'm like, finally, I get to cross this off my bucket list. And I brought it home
you know,
with milk.
somebody gets it.
I ate them, and the first bowl was magnificent. I felt like I was Richie Rich. It was incredible. And then, like the second bowl of cereal I had with just marshmallows, it just a steep decline. And I was like,
Oh.
this is why you
So I've
should
always
not do
wanted
this.
just the marshmallows.
Listen, I have a freeze dryer and I get bags of the Lucky Charms marshmallows, and they're like the size of a quarter. So they're big. I freeze dry them. They're exactly like the Lucky Charms marshmallows you get in the box. I will send all of you a bag.
Oh,
The next
they're
time we do
amazing.
murder mystery.
She's big on words. I'm just kidding, Kate. I'm just kidding. I just want some. That's all.
That's really bold of you to say when you're in the other room, Frank.
I can just walk over and get some. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
but don't cross her now. You won't get any marshmallows.
She's like, I'll send everyone bags except Frank.
Yeah.
Not you.
Well, they're in the other room, so we'll just
No,
walk over there.
You don't get any.
All right. I guess that counts as a final thought, Tim. Maria, you want to go next?
Sure. I need to try more Taco Bell.
I would recommend. Strong recommend.
But yeah, I don't know. When I was like doing research for this stuff, like I had a dream about it. It was weird.
The Taco Bell? Or
No,
this stuff?
I've dreamt of Taco Bell.
that would be a different dream.
Are we actually siblings, Maria?
Yeah, we're all in Montana. We're all together.
Mhm.
But no, it was weird. Like the last day that I was like looking into this stuff, I went to sleep and like I had a dream of like a bunch of like weird stuff happening. And it was all like fairy like related, and it was just weird. Very vivid. So I was like, when I woke up from it, I was like, am I still in the dream? So yeah, it was weird because one of these, it's like the Far Daring is saying that like they can give you nightmares or like get in your dreams and stuff. So I was like, but yeah, happy St. Patrick's. Don't drink too much. Don't drink and drive. Have fun. Pinch someone.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Only if they're not wearing
If they're
green.
not wearing green.
Yeah.
Who's not wearing green? Hold on. No, y'all are wearing green. Maria, it's kind of hard to tell with your light, but I think
It's
you're
like
wearing green, right?
Different shades of green.
Okay. Joan, you better be wearing green. Somebody's gonna pinch you. I'm gonna tell Justin. Colin, what you got?
I just kind of a thought about like how did fairies go from being like that varied and capable of good and evil to being like Tinkerbells and just always nice and granting wishes and being your pals that live in the woods. Like it's there's a big leap there. There's a big Disneyfication of the fairy culture.
Say Disneyfication.
Yeah.
This is so great. Love it. All right. What you got, Kay?
I love food a lot.
I'm kind of hungry now, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm going to order Taco Bell.
I might
I'm glad I brought
do
snacks
Taco
tonight.
Bell after this.
I got Twizzlers over there, but T-Bell. It could hit the spot.
I'm gonna make a T-Bell run. Y'all want anything? Yeah, please put your Taco Bell orders in the comments. I want to read them and then order it. Yeah, fairies and leprechauns and stuff. I don't like gnomes. They freak me out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Treacherous.
Fucking pointy-headed bastards.
I think it's just
Except for David the gnome.
they're so short, and I have this really unfounded fear that they're going to animate and like bite my ankles. And so it freaks me out, and I don't like them.
Well,
It's a good reason.
on that note, I'm going to go ahead and close it all up. Thank you, Maria, for presenting this very, very relevant topic, as it is St. Patrick's Day today. By the time we publish this, though, it'll be the week after. So I'm guessing that everybody who's visiting Taco Bell after drinking for St. Pat's will probably, by the time this show comes out, they would have had their Taco Bell to recover from their night of frivolity. So with that being said, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for telling a friend. We will see you all next time, where Charlie's going to talk about a talking mongoose. So it's going to be really, really fun. We're looking forward to it. And Joan would like to add, I thought y'all were coming over after for the extra potatoes I have. No, Joan. T-Bell is superior to your potatoes. Sorry, not sorry.
I'll come over for your potatoes, Joan.
I thought you were doing a Taco Bell run.
Wait, yeah, Taco Bell has potatoes.
I'll do both.
If they're Taco Bell potatoes,
Wait,
we're cool.
Joan, we can talk if you allow us to turn your potatoes into a Fiesta Bowl, okay? But we'll see y'all next week. You have a good and safe week. Don't drink and drive. And, say hi to your mom for me. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
See you guys.
Take your mom to Taco Bell.
Take your mom to Taco Bell.